Hey, Jim here from K2 Concepts. This is video number 2 for the day. We're shooting a series of videos on using One Hit Wonder. Jason's here from One Hit Wonder. He's demonstrating his paint. He's demonstrating gun setup right now, and technique will be the next one. So we've demonstrated how to thin the paint down, get the proper viscosity, some guidelines. Obviously, everybody's going to be a little bit different depending on the weather, but the guidelines are good rules of thumb. Now we're going to demonstrate proper gun setup, because I know that a lot of you, like me, we don't paint for a living. Well, we do now, but it's not something that's in our background. It's not natural to some of us, and we don't know what to do or how to set up our guns. We've learned from friends in the industry, or a buddy down the street, or watching YouTube or whatever. So that's one of the reasons why I don't shoot videos on painting and clearing, because that's not my background, and I get all kinds of hate rained down on me. However, since we got Jason here from One Hit Wonder, and he is a painter, we're going to demonstrate how to set up a gun properly. Little beer, little Corona for the haters real quick. And we're going to move into the booth. Now, don't start getting all upset. We're not going to have a mask on because he can't talk through a mask, and we're not going to turn the fan on because you can't hear anything when we're trying to explain this to you. So normally he would have a paint mask on and a fan going in the booth. So don't get all upset. With that being said, Jason, take it away.
Yeah, Brent, what we got right here, we're going to just show 3 techniques. One is going to be too high pressure, and this not only counts for your base coat and clear coat, it's very important for your activator gun as well. If you're spraying activator with an under-activated or an over-activated too high pressure, then that's going to affect the pattern of the activator. Now, you can't see the activator when it goes on film, so you need to know that your gun is set up right. So this is going to take care of base coat, activator, and clear coat. The gun's set up just the same way. You just need to be able to see what you're seeing. So first of all, we're going to go too high. What you're going to see when it's too high, and this is what to be aware of, is that you're going to have a dumbbell pattern. You're going to have a heavy area up at the top. It's going to taper into thin in the middle and heavy at the bottom. What that means, there's so much pressure coming out of the cap that it's blowing the paint up and down and totally losing control of the fan. So let's have a look. We're going to use this, we just had this dropped off at Jim's. It's the new DeVilbiss Techna Pro Light. I think they say it retails somewhere between $350 and $400.
No, it's actually retails for $550. They have it on sale for $375.
Okay, good. So maybe a good time. We'll see how it paints. We've already tried it. We're very impressed with the way it sprays. So let's have a look. This is going to be too high. So what we have here, you can see, we've got a dumbbell shape. We've got a very, very, very heavy section of paint here. You can see it's wet. Very dry in the middle. In fact, it's almost a dust in the middle. And again, a very, very heavy section of paint at the end. Obviously, if you imagine you're spraying activator like this, and you do a couple of passes, you're going to have streaks. And I'll just show you. You're going to have streaks here of heavy activator down the sides and virtually nothing in the middle. And I think that's a lot of the time when you're doing bigger parts, you have some inconsistent results. You have film melting at one end and flaking in the middle and then melting at the other end. So this is too high. I'm going to get out of the booth for a second, and we're gonna set the gun down. We're gonna hit the booth.
That makes some noise.
Okay, here we go. I'm actually going to turn the cap around. I had the cap the other way around for testing. Too low, this is what you're going to end up getting. You're going to end up with the correct shape, which is the oval football shape, but it's going to be a very, very heavy, dense splattering around the edge. This, again, if your paint's not atomizing properly, is going to give you a very, very inconsistent result with activator, with base coat, and with clear coat. So as you can see here, we got the perfect shape. This is the shape we're looking for, the elongated football, but this is still very, very heavy droplets. you're not going to lay paint on properly. You're going to end up laying paint on way too thick. You're going to end up laying activator on way too heavy because the paint or the activator is just not atomizing properly. I'm going to set, while we're in the booth, I'm going to set it up to a proper spray level. This gun they recommend for a base coat to be around about between 20 and 25 pounds. And I'll also show you what that means. It doesn't mean when you have it 25 pounds, we're 120 here, but when the trigger is half depressed, with no paint coming out, so you don't pull to engage the paint, you're running it between 20 and 25 pounds. So what we'll do is we'll show you now what the correct pattern and the atomization should look like. So here, if you want to come in here a little bit, you'll see that we have the same shape as the two low. We've got the elongated football shape. But here, the misting is very, very, very light. And what that means is when you start laying coats on top of each other, they're going to be consistent and thin droplets of material, whether it be activator, paint, or base coat. Base coat or clear coat. So that's basically it. That's the shape we're looking for. That's the atomization we're looking for. And you can see what happens when you don't get it right. Over to Jim.
Thank you. Again, that's the new Techna line. Those things retail for about $5.50. They come with two different caps.
Three different caps.
Three different caps with needles.
Yeah, you have one needle, and the cap is a 1.3, a 1.4, and I believe a 1.5.
No, I thought it was 1.2.
Maybe a 1.2.
I thought it was 1.2, 1.3, 1.4. I think is what it said. But anyhow.
You got a range to spray. I'll actually go get the caps right now.
Yeah. Let's check it out. They just dropped it off. First time we pulled the trigger, we're like, wow, this gun's pretty cool. I'm pretty impressed. Again, the Techna line from DeVilbiss. You can get them anywhere. We wanted to shoot with a gun that would be available to everybody. We didn't want to use a high-end SATA and have people say, well, I can't afford that gun. I didn't want to use a really low-end, like a PPS with the 1.4 tips, the PPS system, AccuSpray, because Jason wanted to shoot out of something with a 1.3 and not a 1.4. So we found a middle ground. Pretty good gun. You guys want to spend a couple bucks on the gun. Make sure you got the good material. The better your equipment is, the better the results you're going to have.
What we do have is, we were just shooting with a 1.3, and we have a 1.2 and a 1.4 that comes with the kit. The nozzles are the only thing that you need to change. The cap at the end of the gun stays the same. The needle stays the same. Very, very nice system.
Yeah, pretty impressive. So anyhow, FinishMaster has those on sale through the end of the month, which will be February. And that's it for this one. What we're going to do next is we're going to shoot some different colors, right? We're going to demonstrate some of Jason's new colors that are coming out, the One Hit Wonder. He's got a pretty vibrant color palette now, and we think that you guys are really going to like it. So that'll be the next one, and I think that's it.
I think we're also going to show proper application of a part with a single coat and maybe double coat, but we'll use one of our new colors to do that.
Yes, I thought that was pretty interesting too when we were playing around with it last night. I think you guys are going to enjoy that one. Again, we're going to get a giveaway at the end of the day. This is number 2 for the day. Probably shoot at least 1 or 2 more, and that's it for this one. Hope you guys are having a good day dipping. We'll talk to you later.